Hi there, I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses, and I was just sitting here thinking about tools. We're doing a kitchen remodel, and I don't know if you've ever done that before, but it is a mess. And one thing that is super important is to have a contractor who knows what they're doing and has experience using the tools, because you can have all the fancy tools and not know what you're doing. And as we've uncovered the walls and the wiring and the plumbing, everything in our kitchen basically that kind of matters, was redone prior to us purchasing this house a few months ago. Whoever did it didn't have the experience to do it. They might have had the tools and they got the job done. They did not do it effectively or to code or safely or correctly in any way, shape, or form. And what I was thinking was, we live in such a world today that you can learn how to do anything on YouTube, right? So, we replaced our pool liner this summer from watching YouTube videos. We'd never done that before, had no idea what we were doing, but we figured it out. There are some things that's okay, and some things that it's just not. And I think one of those things is horses. It's one thing to have the tools. It's one thing to have head knowledge and to know all of the techniques and the systems or methods of working a horse a specific way. But there is no substitution for experience. When a person works at that, when a person seeks to gain the experience that using the proper tools requires, things flourish in our relationship with horses. When a contractor knows how to use the right tools in the right way, things are done very particularly and very safely and very effectively, so that your remodel is probably going to be much safer for your house, and also you're not going to have to worry about things burning down while you sleep because wiring is super messed up. So it just made me think about, I do these clinics, and I have a couple of clinics coming up, and the only thing I can do at a clinic is offer people certain tools. I can share with them some knowledge, and tools is kind of a lingo that you hear a lot of in the horse world. It's just a catchphrase these days everybody's kind of familiar with. But really what that is just a basic overview of what something looks like. But the real work comes from when you spend time daily with your horse. You don't become proficient at anything that you don't practice at. Our contractor, the person doing our kitchen, is extremely experienced in this field. Makes it look easy. Can take something apart and put it back together in that construction zone, and when he's done with it, it just looks beautiful, and it looks like it was just meant to be that way. And that's what it looks like when we can apply the tools we learn with our horses and we're using them effectively. You can go to all the clinics, you can buy all of the gear, you can have said gadget, and that does you no good whatsoever unless you make a time commitment to your horse and yourself to become proficient in using those things. There are certain tools that he owns that I've never even touched before. I wouldn't know how to use that tool if I had to. They look like a foreign object to me. I wouldn't know how to apply them. It's the same with certain things that we do with our horse. We can watch someone do something and think, oh, well, that looks so simple. But we don't learn and catch the little nuances of timing and body language and the nonverbal communication that's transpiring between that person and that horse unless we start to work on those things ourselves and we start to practice them ourselves. So I was just sitting here taking a minute break while they ran to get supplies, and I had a second to grab some lunch and just catch my breath for a second outside of my house. That's a disaster. And I just wanted to share that. I really think it's important that we take the tools. It's most important that we learn those things, but that we apply them every day in application. And it doesn't take hours. The best thing about training horses is that they have such a capacity to hold on to things. That can be good, it can also be bad. But what's wonderful about that is we can give ourselves a little bit of grace when it comes to time, because everyone's busy and everyone has hectic lives and work and family and so forth. But we don't have to spend hours a day using those tools. We can leave a tool sitting for months and then pick it up and use it if we just apply a few minutes a day for a week. And that horse will go, oh yeah, I remember that. I've done that before. I can do that again. It doesn't take a long time to remind them what that looks like and how we use that. So I encourage you, give yourself 10 minutes. You can do a lot with a horse, 20 minutes a day, 3 or 4 days a week even. And if you don't have that kind of time, give yourself 10 minutes, just a few days a week. Do the basics and just get out there and spend time with them and put those tools into use. The more you use them, the more proficient you become with them, and the more comfortable you'll feel when you need to employ them. So that's all I've got for you. I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy trails, y'all.